Battle Reports with Ben and Steve.
You know, I don't think there are enough entrances into my apartment, Ben.
I don't see where you're going with this, but carry on.
It's missing something. There's only one way in. Now, it's
Right.
possible there could be multiple ways in, because,
Okay.
you know, there used to be other entrances that got blocked off.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that it's probably time that I open them up again, because
Okay.
there's something that I need that I don't have.
Right, you need... See, I laughed then, and I was just going to skip over it, and then I realised the listeners can't actually see what you just pointed to. So you need more doors to your apartment.
This is a resurrection of your shitty joke 8 months ago.
So I went to visit this cliff, famous cliff,
A cliff, okay.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And many people had fallen off it while climbing it.
Yeah.
And someone once threw their ham sandwich off
They threw a ham sandwich off a cliff?
off this cliff.
Ham sandwich off
You know what it
cliff.
was? The ham inside the sandwich.
What?
It was the fellest of all possible meats. Steve.
I was focused on the cliff, and I'm like, there's some kind of like precipice pun in here. I couldn't quite get it.
Yeah. So what are we playing then, Stevie?
We are playing yet again a very battle reporty type of game.
We have beaten Tolkien.
What do you mean?
Because this is the fourth part of our Lord of the Rings battle report. That lazy bastard only wrote 3, didn't he?
Wait, what was the third part?
When we played the card game.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
We played 2 Wars of the Rings.
That's right.
1 War of the Ring, the card game. And now we're playing Lord of the Rings, the Confrontation.
Yes, so this was...
By Dr. Rainer Knizia, by the way.
Indeed. So this...
I'm looking forward to this.
This was sent to me by a kindly listener.
Yep. Who's that?
And that's I tried to look for the email and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So, but it's been sent...
But it was facilitated into your possession by, I'm pointing to myself.
Well, I think so. You're trying to get credit here.
Yeah.
But like someone gifted me a game.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, but they gifted it to you and sent it to America.
But like they gifted it to me.
Yeah.
And you're trying to subsume their contribution.
Who spirited the game into your possession?
I mean, regardless. I mean, who's more important? Who would you say is more important in this scenario? The person who actually gave me the game?
Yeah.
Or you, not actually you, actually your wife, who went to America and brought it back? And, you know, while I'm not ungrateful about that, I mean, do you think I should finish giving them credit before you, not actually you, your wife, jumps in and fucking tries to take the credit?
What do you think I think?
Yeah, so if you are the listener who sent this game at 5 Games for Doomsday on the Twitter, 5 Games for Doomsday, all written at gmail.com.
The number 5
That's the Twitter thing,
games for number 4 Doomsday.
I was hoping Elon, by the way, would add the edit function on tweets, because I spell badly and things.
Well,
Hasn't
why doesn't he just let you have a longer handle name at this point?
Well, yeah, why doesn't he let me have a longer handle name?
Yeah, Elon, he's a listener, right? Elon.
I assume Elon's a listener.
It's just a suggestion.
People really hate Elon Musk, don't they?
Well, some people hate him. I think he has a lot of fans, though.
A lot of people love him as well.
How do you feel?
Fucking completely indifferent.
Completely indifferent.
I mean, I happen to believe that the accrual of wealth,
Yeah.
especially that kind of wealth, is obscene
On this topic,
and should be treated like alcoholism or any other addiction. You
on
know what
this
I mean?
topic, I was reading your favorite newspaper and mine the other day,
What's that?
The Guardian.
Okay.
Which is what you do when you're on the toilet.
I mean, it's my favourite, but poof,
When you're on the
there's
toilet,
not many choices.
When you're on the toilet, you look at The Guardian on your phone, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I noticed there's
What were you doing on the toilet?
so there was a bombshell.
You having a shitty poo-poo?
I used to be in this like elite realm.
You went to Rutgers, that's not elite. I could have got a job as an English student at Rutgers.
Why did I make this choice with my life? Let me finish.
Did your colleagues at Rutgers ever say, "What were you doing, Stevie? We're having a shitty bum?" Did they ever say that to you in the what do you call the teachers' room?
These were people who conducted themselves with comportment and dignity.
What do you call the teachers' room? What did you call it there? Was it like the faculty office or something?
Something like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did they ever come in and go, "Oh, hello, how was your weekend? Did you have a shitty bum bum at the wiki?"
I don't know.
Did they ever say that to you?
I don't know who I hate more, you or myself. Let me finish.
I know who you hate more. Your colleagues at Rutgers who you deeply resent for not allowing you in their intellectual club. Anyway, so you're having a shitty bum bum on the toilet reading The Guardian. Carry on.
Yeah. And one of two bombshells that occurred in that room was me reading the story about this book, Spare, by Prince Harry.
Okay, and I didn't read that article. I avoid all...
So apparently there's a lot of tension between Harry and the rest of the royals.
That's true.
And one day,
really
William came over to his house, Nottingham Cottage.
Yeah,
which
that's a lovely house as well.
They call it Not Cot, which is, I think, very cute.
Of course they do.
Yep.
Of course they do. Paid for by the taxpayer.
Apparently, William was livid about the whole Meghan Markle thing.
Oh, what are you doing?
What's all this then? What?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And they got into a fight, and William hit him or grabbed him and knocked him to the floor, and Harry threw him out. And I couldn't help but thinking as I read this really devastating account of what it's like.
Is it really devastating
to be in this family?
Oh no! What a nightmare! Oh, the taxpayer have paid for my entire life. What a nightmare! I've had a row with my brother. What a nightmare! And people consider it worthy. And I've been paid millions for a Netflix documentary. Oh, what a nightmare! Oh, all of my life has been suckling on the taxpayers' teat while giving them nothing in return. Oh, I'm such a hero. I mean, the histrionics that the listener is missing right now. I mean, this is like you mentioned the Netflix documentary in this book, Spare, because apparently Charles said to Diana, "You've given me an heir and a spare. My work here is done." And Harry is the spare, and he's bridled with resentment under this situation for so long. Funny that Harry's obviously not Charles's kid, though, isn't it?
Well, this wasn't mentioned.
Charles ain't very ginger, is he?
This wasn't mentioned. I was actually looking for a mention of it, but I couldn't help but feeling how little I give a fuck about these people and what they've had to go through. And yet, you
still clicked on the bloody article.
I sensed that the article. Yeah, I did. I was curious. What is this Spare? Anyway, I'm actually glad that there's a rhyme involved at least. People are still not intellectually, emotionally engaged.
In these people who hate them. They hate them. They hate them so much that they get involved in legislation which they're fucking legally not allowed to do to make sure that landlord rules don't apply to them and they don't have to sell property. They're absolute scum. They're absolute fucking scum.
How am I supposed to feel bad that these wealthy aristocrats, I don't know, they don't like each other, they feel bad about the situation, it's a big drama for them. Why do I give a fuck that this outdated peerage system that your country maintains and seems to generate no end of soap operatic bullshit for you to consume? Why am I supposed to care about what is going on with them?
I mean, you're not supposed to care, but people do. It befuddles me. But also, people always say to me...
some people have real problems.
Because I'm very anti-monarchist, right? People say to me...
Couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah, but they bring tourism in. You know what the most visited city is in Europe?
Paris?
You know what they did to their royal family?
I believe they executed them.
Bloody right! Yeah, not that I'm calling... Yeah, fuck it. Okay, they've taken enough.
Wait. To be fair, you executed your king, but then you brought him back.
Then we brought his fucking loose son back. Yeah. Although, to be fair,
he was great.
I think Charles II would have been top pint.
He was a total lad.
He was a total lad. We shouldn't be stealing. From the rest is history podcast. Yeah. But I reckon Charles II would have been a great pint.
Yeah, and we get to hang out with what's her name?
Nell Gwynn.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet she was a laugh as well.
Yeah, what was that line that she said that she got the crowd roaring? Charles was accused of hanging around with a prostitute, and she's like, "At least I'm an English prostitute."
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
top lols from the 17th century with Ben and Steve.
So thinking of any other sort of board game podcast.
Yeah.
Between two hosts, how many do you think that if you'd have gone, that woman who hung around with Charles II, the other host would have gone, oh, Nell Gwynn. And how many do you think?
And I knew that if I couldn't think of it, you would.
Yeah.
Zero, Ben.
Zero. We are the top.
What can I say? You know your prostitution
Restoration
history.
Theatre. I studied Restoration Theatre at university.
Yep. Anyway, Getting back to the game, if I may.
Yeah.
My initial impressions of Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation,
Yeah.
following your terse and, as usual, deft rules explanation, deft jam. There doesn't seem to be much to it. It seems simple. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very good, but it's Reiner Knizia, and I know it's going to be amazing, and that beneath the simplicity lies a machine and a mechanism that's going to emerge and enthrall me.
How familiar are you with Stratego?
This was my favorite board game of the 1980s.
Because it's got a
Stratego feel.
This is essentially Stratego with some extra rules put onto it.
Well, in Stratego, you would like tap the other player's piece, and then they would show it to you. In this one, we like reveal at the same time to each other, right?
Yeah, when we enter into battle.
Yeah, but yeah, I could see that. It's got a bit of a Stratego feel to it. That makes me like it even more already.
Yeah, so I was very keen to play this. And the reason we got this is because I mentioned it on the podcast, and the grateful listener, I looked for his email and I can't find it. So if you're that listener, get in touch so you can get a proper thanks.
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings, and I love Lord of the Rings games, and I love War of the Ring. But War of the Ring is a mental challenge. Mm-hmm. It's like that jogging is fine, but getting the motivation to actually go jogging, leaving the house, is really bloody hard. Right?
Well, putting War of the Rings on the table, I mean...
is really hard.
It's taxing.
This is a 20-minute Lord of the Rings experience.
Yep.
And people say it's really, really great.
I mean, I always like to go with what people say.
And so, I wanted to try it just because having a filler that gives you... It's not going to give you a War of the Ring experience, of course it isn't. But having a filler that gives you, a taste of the fellest of all possible meats,
a filler that gives you a taste, yeah, I'm following,
is like the goal, isn't it?
So what if Ben Affleck made a movie in which it's not his wife that disappears, but it's a portal into his home that suddenly isn't there anymore? What would you call that film?
Oh, right. So his wife doesn't disappear, the portal into his home disappears. Gondor.
Yep, that's it.
What if Ben Affleck directed a movie and it was pirates departing?
Pirates departing? I don't get it.
Argo.
Oh, okay. An actual movie.
He directed a movie called Argo, you see.
Yeah,
I won the Oscar for it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I thought it was fine. I didn't think it should have won Best Film of the Year, though. It was perfectly serviceable.
I mean, I think the Academy Awards they're in the same category as the royal family, essentially.
I agree.
So these are a bunch of people giving prizes to each other.
Yeah. Anyway, so at the end of these, incredibly detailed dissections of game introduction bits to these battle reports, who do you think's going to win?
Well, as usual, you have forced me to be the evil player.
We're going to play both
sides. By the way, evil is a point of view.
True.
You can listen to the rest of this show and hundreds of hours of bonus content, including convention reports, in-game bickering, and loads more at patreon.com/5G4D.